Let's go over muscles that move the arm. We've gone over muscles that stabilize the pectoral girdle, and so this is a little bit different. Rather than just holding and stabilizing things in place, making sure that the arm, stays attached, this is for actually moving your brachial region, moving your arm around. We went over pectoralis minor as one that stabilizes the pectoral girdle. Pectoralis major, the superficial big one on top, pectoralis major, this is inserting into the humerus. This is great for adducting at the glenohumeral joint, flexing, so bringing your arm in front, and medially rotating. Also, you probably know your pectoralis major as your bench press muscle, doing push-ups. So that's your pectoralis major. Your latissimus dorsi helps with a lot of that too. Your latissimus dorsi isn't on the posterior side, it's on your dorsum. It's connecting to your humerus. Can't really see it, but it's connecting over here and attaching to your vertebrae. So the latissimus dorsi is great for extending, so keeping your spine extended. You can adduct, you can bring your arm closer to you. You can medially rotate, just like you can with the pectoralis at the glenohumeral joint. What you probably know your latissimus dorsi most for is when you do a pull-up and you're pulling yourself up, that would be your latissimus dorsi. So climbers have great lats. And also rowing. So rowers, to do this motion where you're pulling in. Start out here, pull back. That's your latissimus dorsi. Your major muscle of this shoulder region, this deltoid region, is the deltoid. Delta is Greek for triangular shaped, and this muscle is kind of triangular shaped. This large muscle here, this is the deltoid. All of this is the deltoid. The deltoid helps you abduct. So if you want to do an exercise like this where you start here and you bring your shoulder up, you can feel your deltoid working. That's your deltoid. One more muscle that moves the arm. You can see it best. Actually, let's go to this model. One more muscle that moves the arm and inserts into the humerus. You can see one muscle here and another muscle here. We're going for the larger one that's lower down. The larger one that's lower down, this is the teres major. You can see it's inserting into the bottom of the medial border of the scapula, and it goes to the humerus, but doesn't go to the head, it doesn't go to the main tubercle, it goes a little bit more distal. This is the teres major. The word teres, T-E-R-E-S, teres means round. I guess if you did a cross-section of this, it would look pretty round. Teres major also helps you, what does it help you do? It helps you extend. So extension of your glenohumeral joint would be this way. It helps you medially rotate, just like your pectoralis major as well as your latissimus dorsi. So yeah, all these four muscles, the pectoralis major, latissimus dorsi, deltoid, and teres major, they all help you do something at your glenohumeral joint, moving your brachial region. But there are four more muscles that do something similar and help you rotate in the other direction. They help you stabilize the shoulder. And these you might know as the rotator cuff muscles. There are four rotator cuff muscles. So what do we mean by rotator cuff? What all these muscles have in common, I guess it'll be better to show on the skeleton, what all these muscles have in common is that they insert into the tubercle of the humerus. So here's the humerus, and you can see this insertion point. And here's the greater tubercle of the humerus, so it would be inserting into here. The teres major starts down here on the bottom part of the scapula and it inserts a little more distal over here along with the lats. But these other muscles will insert into the tubercles of the humerus. You've got your greater tubercle and your lesser tubercle. So it's inserting closer to the head. Because it's inserting closer to the head at the tubercles, it's better for stabilization of the shoulder. So again, there are 4 muscles. Our first muscle here, this is major, so not this one, not teres major, teres minor. Teres minor helps you externally rotate your humerus. So we've been talking about internal rotation, but to externally rotate, that's your teres minor. Again, whoops, teres minor, external rotation. This is the scapula, this bone, and here's the spine of the scapula. We have a muscle here that's below the spine, and we have another muscle here that's above the spine. We've removed the trapezius to see this. So these are deeper muscles. Remove the trapezius, and we can see these muscles of the scapula. This is the supraspinatus. The supraspinatus is for abduction. So like your deltoids, it's for abducting at the glenohumeral joint. And this is the infraspinatus. The supraspinatus is sitting in the supraspinous fossa of the scapula. The infraspinatus is sitting in the infraspinous fossa of the scapula. And we have one more muscle, and it's sitting on the anterior side of the scapula. See all this red stuff here? So it's sitting on this large subscapular fossa. That's the subscapularis. And actually we can see the subscapularis best in this model. This is a model of the arm. I'll show the back. Here's our deltoid. This muscle, large muscle here, that's our deltoid. Supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, teres major. This is teres major. But we're talking about rotator cuff muscles. So that would be teres minor, infraspinatus, supraspinatus. And then on the anterior side, you can see the medial border of the scapula. This is the subscapularis. The subscapularis, this is good for internally rotating your humerus at the glenohumeral joint. You can see it's connecting deeper to the tubercle of the humerus. So once again, 4 rotator cuff muscles. They all insert into the tubercle of the humerus. It's the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, subscapularis on the anterior side.